Greetings, every peoples. I'm back with another interview. And people keep telling me I should stop doing these because nobody watches. Well, screw you, I don't care. I will do what I want. Today with me I have the ever-talented Viffex, or Viffex, I can never say that right. I'm just gonna call you...
You said it right the first time. That's fine.
I'll just call you Viffy if that works. That works too.
Yeah, that works. Yeah.
Alright, quickly tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. Well, I'm 23 years old. I live in the Netherlands. I've been wanting to do media and design for like I don't know, maybe 12 years now. Like ever since I was really young, basically. Recently I started working on music and stuff. It's like 7 or 8 months ago. And I met like a lot of people, like Megaphoric and Jobs Love, and just like everything's been so crazy these last couple of months. So I'm really glad that I'm so like improving and stuff. I do art as well. I recently started to do animation as well. So yeah, I'm kind of, everything that's media and design, that's like me, basically. So yeah.
Alright, well, since I've checked out some of your DeviantArt stuff, it's pretty good. I realize you're both an artist, music maker, maybe occasional singer here and there. What do you enjoy doing the
Mhm.
most?
I actually both equally. Like I've been doing art way before I started to do music, but like for me, it's both a creative outlet that I can use. Like whenever I'm like sad or whenever I feel like, oh, I need to make something happy or whatever, I can just, like pick up either music or either art and like just create something. And like if I work on music for too long or if I work on art too long, it's like I lose inspiration for it. So I just switch them around basically. So that's really cool that I can like do both.
How did you become a brony, and how long have you been one?
I've been one, I think, December 2011 or January 2012. I became a brownie because of a friend of mine. He was like, yeah, I know you're pretty depressed now, and I've got this show you really got to see. Like, I was really depressed back then, so, I had a 40-hour job that sucked the life out of me. But anyway, he was like, yeah, you seriously gotta watch this show, man. It's about My Little Ponies. I was like, are you insane? So yeah, anyway, in the next couple of weeks, he like kept bugging me about it. Like, yeah, I promise, dude, you're gonna love it. And I was like, okay, finally. I was like, fuck it, I'll just do it. And like, I watched the first two episodes. Like, okay, it's not too bad actually. And it's also I didn't think it was for little girls like at all. I mean, it had some, some of those scenes were like, okay, yeah, I can see why little girls would like that, but like, it's like I like it. And I was like, yeah, keep watching, keep watching. I promise you will like totally fall in love with it. So I watched the next two episodes and I just like I devoured like season one after that. And then season two and like I've been watching ever since.
Right, yeah, for me, I went straight through season one, and then I was just waiting there patiently with everybody else for season two, and it just kind of goes from there.
Yeah, yeah, for me that they had a couple of episodes from season two already, so I was really happy with that that I could just continue watching. But yeah, with season three now, the wait is so awful. Like, oh, another week, another week. But yeah,
Has becoming a brony made your work stronger?
yeah, I think so because back when I wasn't a brony, I didn't really work that much in creative anymore. Like the work I was doing, like my job was really sucking my creativity out of me as well. Like I didn't like anything anymore. I just, I drew something and then I was like, okay, fuck it. I really, can't really do this anymore because I don't really feel like it. And then I got like into the Brony fandom and I saw all this music and all this art and I actually like I felt happy because of it. Like it really made me smile from the inside. So I was like, wow, I want to do that too. So that really helped me like get back into being creative, and like that really helped me as well with with the friends I made, like Megaphoric and Jeff Love and Steven AD and people like that. Like they really helped me improve as well. So like, the people I met and the fandom itself like really has expanded my knowledge on both art and music.
So is it fair to say then that friendship is magic cures depression?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. For me, like the phrase "friendship is magic" is true in all senses of its words.
How would you explain the fandom to someone that's never even heard of the show or the fandom?
Yeah, I've read that question a couple of times. I was like, damn, how am I going to answer that? Because like I've got a lot of friends that like don't understand it and like are like, why are you watching this? And every time I try to explain it, but like they just call me crazy for it. So I don't think it is explainable. I think the thing is like the Brony fandom is like as diverse as the fandom. Oh, sorry, as the human race itself. Like we have different ethnicities, we have different genders, nationalities, but also different talents, different personalities. Like anything that like makes a human different from one another, unique. That's what we have as well. So it's not really something we can label. I just think that if people like never heard of this show or the fandom, they should like watch the Brony documentary. I think that's really a good way to start because I think it really explains well who we are and what we like and why we like it. So yeah, I would just like sit them down and let them watch the 1 hour Brony documentary.
Yeah, I actually haven't seen the Brony documentary. I've been meaning to. Is it any good?
It is really good. I actually I can't cry worth a damn, but like I seriously tore up a couple of times because of how proud and how beautiful the fandom is. How proud I was to be part of it. Like it is unexplainable. You got to see it.
I certainly will when I get the chance. Do you have any words for the haters that don't understand the fandom and then just bash it for no reason other than, oh, it's a girls show, oh, it's just a fandom full of pedophiles? Like, what would you say to that?
I mostly ignore haters, but like sometimes I do like comment on it. But like the most things I think is if you're hating, a true brony will like always love you. Like no matter what you say, we'll always be respectful of you. The only thing we ask, be respectful to us as well. That's all. Yeah, like you don't have to like that we like the show, but don't bash us for it because what's the point? We'll just love you.
I know, that whole live and tolerate business.
Yeah, well, for me, that's really. I try to apply that wherever I go. I think it's really important. Like I know it's a meme, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's just 4chan, and people are just saying it. But for me, it's really important.
Alright, now here's just a stupid question that I thrown in because I was really bored last night. What if, in an alternate universe, Care Bears had the same exact following as Bronies? How?
Hmm.
And then try to imagine that Care Bears is having that following right now. Well, how would you react to that? Like, if you saw, like, Bronies and, like, I think somebody coined the term belly bros. What did you think of that?
Well, I live by the rule, live and let live. Like if they want to like the show and they like the show that much that they have like cons and stuff, like sure, why not? Like maybe they'll even like talk me into watching it. I don't know. Like I'm not much like on Care Bears. I don't really think it's a show for me. But if the show in an alternate universe is like as good as MLP, why not? So yeah, sure. No worries. Like just like what you want. Don't let anyone tell you not to like something.
Who do you really want to meet in this fandom besides like the people you've met so far?
Like you said, the people I know actually, like Ali Upster, Dream Chan, Jeff Love, Megaphoric, Stephen AD, Coconero, like those people I really want to meet, obviously, but I'm going to meet them at BronyCon if I'm going. I really hope I'm going. But if I like disregard those people, then I'd say I think the Living Tombstone or someone like that, because I think like his music is pretty good, and like I want to like talk about music with him. That'd be awesome.
What's your favorite season and episode of Friendship is Magic?
Since like the recent episodes, Wonderbolts Academy and Sleepless in Ponyville, that has to be season 3. because well, I'm a Rainbow Dash fan, so like the growth Rainbow Dash has shown in this season is like amazing in my opinion, because she went from like well, how would you call it, an arrogant bitch to you know, like a loving sister now, sort of.
Yeah.
She would give up her dreams for her friends. So yeah, that's like really, I was like, wow, okay, this is my favorite season now. Sorry, season 1 and season 2, season 3, you're mine. And yeah, well, those episodes as well, like Sleepless in Ponyville and Wonderbolts Academy, those are really my favorites. I mean, first off, it was Sonic Rainboom, but after these two episodes, they're just tied now into one big pile of happiness. I love them so much.
Favorite pony-related song besides your own stuff?
Well, that might surprise you. I'm actually, no, I like my own stuff, but not that much that I would say like, oh, it's my favorite. I'm not that proud of my own stuff. I really like hope that one day I will actually make something. I'm like, oh my God, I made this. This is mine. Wow. But it hasn't happened yet. I'm still waiting for it. But my favorite pony related song for now is Trusting You by Megaphoric and Joe Love. That song, like, it was so emotional and relatable for me that I was like, wow, how can, you know, like someone that is so unknown, because they have 1,500 subs, 2,000 subs, but, you know, like Living Tombstone has, I don't know, 200,000 or something. Yeah. But like, how can someone so unknown can make something so beautiful? It was just baffling to me. I really like, I just love the song.
What is your favorite Brony animation?
Without a doubt, that's Friendship Was Magic by Tiara Y.
Oh God.
Yeah, it was so emotional heavy that I tore up. I was like, oh my God, this is the best thing that the Brony fandom has made so far. It was special.
That works. Personal question. What's it like living in the Netherlands, and have you ever wanted to like visit the United States?
I actually, since I was young, I actually wanted to live in America. It's been my lifelong dream to live there. And the desire to live there actually has grown like bigger and stronger over the last couple of years. Because, well, my idea of my life, how it's going to turn out, is that I want to be a game developer. And here in the Netherlands, there is not really anything that you can say a good education that like caters for that. So yeah, the Netherlands is really small, so you know it's really crowded, and the chance and the opportunity to grow into something that like can actually, I don't know, change the world or whatever, like it doesn't exist there. We are pretty big on the map, maybe because of how many people know us, but I don't see a lot of, you know, popular Dutch game developers. So yeah, that's it's been my lifelong dream, and I really want to live in America. It's boring here. Please take me with you.
I'll see if I can fit you in my suitcase. We'll see.
All right.
All right. Here's another random question I came up with. Let's say the doctor from Doctor Who has suddenly popped up in your room in his TARDIS and saying, "Quick, you can come with me for like 13 whole episodes. We can go wherever you want. Where's the first place you're gonna go? And will you even go with him?"
I will most certainly go. I've only seen 2 episodes of Doctor Who, so I'm not really familiar with the whole universe. But yeah, I would really go with him, because the place I am now, like I said, is boring, and you know it's not really something I enjoy much. So I would obviously go to America first, because I've never been there. And I understand that he can do time travel as well. I would go to the Titanic, like, before it sinks.
And tell everybody to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, or just not, you know, hit the fucking iceberg. It's not that hard, people. It's really, really big. Just sail around it. No, but I would love to see that boat or ship, whatever it is. It's like the movie, the Titanic. It's one of my favorite movies of all time because of it. It's such an amazing thing. So yeah, I would probably go to America first and then to the Titanic. It's weird choices, I know, but
That works.
yeah.
Are you an artist first and music maker second, or vice versa?
I'm both at the same time. When I'm arting, it's not really work, but it's what I use. I'm arting and music in, but when I'm arting, like I think of like melodies and stuff like that. And when I'm like making music, I'm also trying to get into the mood of drawing. So it's really something that like goes back and forth. Like I said, like if I'm too tired of drawing at the moment, I'll just, work on music. If I'm too tired to work on music, I'll just work on drawing. It really goes back and forth like that.
Hmm, that's pretty cool.
I've been, I've been making art for a longer time, so you might say that I'm an artist over a music maker. But I don't know. My music is, like I said, I do really enjoy my music and I do really like making it. So
I understand that you like Game Grumps.
yeah, yeah, I do.
Alright. Name like 1 to 3 games off the top of your head that you would like to see them play, like sometime in the future.
Those have to be bad games, obviously. I mean, they're gonna have the most fun with that. Yeah, this Duke Nukem
Oh
Forever
god.
for sure, because that was a train wreck. I'd love to see them play Shadow the Hedgehog as well, because that was one major train wreck as
Oh my
well.
god, everybody
And it,
freaking hates that game. Why?
I don't hate it, but it is better than Sonic
Exactly.
06. It's better than Sonic 06. But yeah, I mean, they cursed in that game, and it was dark and gritty. They had guns. It was not a Sonic game.
Mm.
So yeah, it was such a different route than Sonic was that it's not really. If they would have called it, I don't know, a Bimbo the Jungle Bear or something, I don't know. Sure thing, but no, for a hedgehog game, it wasn't good at all. And a third game, I usually only buy games that I really enjoy, so. I'd love to see them play Mortal Kombat, the 2009 version, because that's a really good game. But you can have so much fun with that. So a Game Grumps versus would be lovely with that game.
Right. Now, when I put this question down, I didn't know whether or not I should like ask this or not, but okay, I'm just gonna throw this out there. Which shipping do you believe in more? Do you believe in Wooden Toaster X Living Tombstone or Megaphoric X Alley-Oopster?
Megaphoric XL Hipster for sure.
That was quick.
Yeah, I talk to both of them, and we talk on a regular basis, and like their chemistry, like as like they're not a couple obviously, but their chemistry is just so funny. They just call each other sluts and cunts and stuff like that. It's so funny, and I don't really know Wooden Toaster and the Living Tombstone that well, so I have to go with that one. I like the question.
Oh god, people are gonna be putting some weird comments in the freaking comments.
This video is going to Megaphoric and Alley-Oopster, so
This is gonna be like the highlight, I'm sure. What do you think keeps you going, and what helps motivate you to create more?
that's actually a combination of things. For me, music and art is obviously it's an outlet for emotions. So, like I said, if I feel sad or happy or angry or something else, I just, whatever I feel, it affects what I create. Sometimes, obviously, I'll just, doodle around and make something random that it doesn't really have anything in common with how I feel. But most of the times, it's, I can pour whatever I feel into my work. Another part is that I like to challenge myself into becoming better. Like when I started music, the reason because I started music is actually not because of ponies, but when I started music, I wanted to make like orchestral stuff, and then I was like, well, I want to make ponies music as well because I really like the show, but orchestral stuff is really hard to make, and I'm not really progressing on that part. So why not, keep trying different styles until I find my own style. And I've been creating different stuff ever since. So I've made, I don't know, art style something. I made vocal tracks, obviously. My covers, they're really funny, I think. I've made, yeah, it's really hard to explain. New age stuff is what Steven calls it. I'll go with that. I made new age stuff. I made guitar stuff with Daniel Pony. So, I like to get into new things to, keep improving myself until I learn all that stuff. So, And the final thing is the amazing support I get for my music and my art.
Hmm.
Just the fans, like every comment they type, like I read them all. I try to comment on them as well, like reply to them. This is something people always say to me. Oh, you're always replying to comments. Like, of course. I mean, you comment on my work. I got to comment back. But yeah, I love every one of my viewers. They're a huge part of the reason I continue to make stuff.
Do you have any tips for like fellow music makers, singers, artists, etc.?
Keep doing it. That's all. Start with it and keep doing it. I mean, that's the only advice you really need in any situation. I mean, I get a lot of questions like, oh, how do I make art like you? How did you get that good? How I want to start with music. How do I do it? And I always say the same, start with it and just keep doing it. Like, if you want to improve, just challenge yourself into learning new things. And above all, don't do it for fame. Do it because you want to improve yourself. Do it because you want to let out your emotions through your work. Because if you do it for the fame, it just destroys the entire purpose of making something. So do it because you want to. Do it because you want to create something that people can listen to, people can look at, and do it because you want to share that with the world.
That's actually pretty good advice.
Thanks. I worked a long time with that.
What makes you proud to be a brony?
That ties back in with the Brony documentary. You really have to see that. Really, just as soon as you get the chance, do it. But for me, it's the generosity and the openness of the fandom. If anyone has a problem and they tell about it, everyone will show their support, either through comments, financial support, or they'll comfort you in any way they can. It's just they will always stand ready for each other, and I kind of miss that in the rest of the world these days. Like everyone is trying to do everything for themselves. They're really selfish in that regard, but like everyone else in the Brony fandom is just so generous with their love, and I really love that about it. So I'm really proud of that.
What's something about yourself that you think would be interesting for people to know? Like something you haven't told anybody? Or just something that you think that would be like interesting?
Well, as I mentioned before in this interview, I'm aiming to become a game developer, which, it's not really something you would expect from someone who makes art and music. So I've been making several small games for over the past 10 years using different programs and stuff and using different programming languages and, keep trying to get into that world. It's really hard. It's a slow process, but, I'm currently working on my own game, full game. So I'm really getting there. So that's why I hope to go to America as well, to get into an education that like helps me achieve what I want to achieve. So yeah, I'm a game developer, quotation marks.
Right. And lastly, where would you be without My Little Pony Friendship is Magic?
I was really depressed before My Little Pony, and when it was like introduced into my life, it really changed me. I made choices and decisions that I should, never have thought of making. I suddenly became like nicer to people. I suddenly saw things in a more, happy setting, and it actually changed me so much that I don't really know that person I was back then anymore. So I can't really answer for that anymore. It's yeah, it's too abstract to think about.
I thought actually, well, if you hadn't discovered it, you probably would have like stayed depressed for a long, long time, and you probably wouldn't have like known ever about this.
Probably, yeah. I guess, or something else would have happened. I don't know, but I don't know if I would be in the same spot I am in now.
Right.
That's for sure.
All right. Well, thank you for taking time to be a part of this little interview. It was a real honor to have you.
Yeah, well, it was an honor to, have you as my first interviewer. So,
like I said, I love collecting first times. Anyway, yes. If I will put a link to Viffex's stuff in the description. Check his stuff out. It's really good. I already put some of like his stuff in like my iPod. I know I probably should have said, but still, it is so good. Uh, and of course, like, comment, subscribe, swag, all that good stuff. I will see you folks later.
And I will see you later as well.